welcome back to News with Nelson. Today on the news, Jay Foreman gets trolled from a guy from 4chan. Jay Foreman is a relatively large British YouTuber with 711,000 subscribers. However, he's been recently trolled by a user who goes by the name Modestella625 on Twitter. Modestella frequents 4chan and has used many age-old techniques to completely and utterly destroy Faye Jordan. 4chan, for those who don't know, is an ominous English language image board website which is well known for have characterized predominantly racist and sexist, with many of its posts taking explicitly neo-Nazi bent. We'll look at his private DMs and we'll have a quote and discussion with Mr. Seller himself. Recently, took to Twitter where he posted this meme. 19 reasons why Hounslow is the worst place to live in London, with this Photoshop image of Matt Lucas with red gleaming eyes, which is made with Meme-matic, a common meme-making tool among the 4chan community. This is obviously a parody of the real My London website, which had this similar article. Now, after Faye Jorman had seen this, he took to Twitter, DMing our friend Modestella625, where the conversation was initiated by Faye Jorman, where Modestella seems to pertain to the idea that it's simply a joke or troll. Faye Jorman in this particular line note, she says, "I didn't choose that photo," as him contacting the editor of the website and asking whether she used the photo. In this next slide, Modestella seems to admit that he created a meme and explains how he screenshotted the top of the article, then added a deep-fried picture of Mr. Lucas. Faye Jorman rightly appreciates that this is not really funny at all, as this particular website has made a lot of trouble for Faye Jorman in the past. Modestella clearly doesn't understand the severity of the situation, as he still seems to feel like the situation is still a joke.
Yeah, Modestella's a small brain.
Faye Jorman reiterates that he's very serious and the website are very terrible. And they wrote an article pretty much paraphrasing his video which he'd worked quite a while for. Replying to this, Modestella carries on with his troll-like attitude of where he sends a link of Rick Astley Never Gonna Give You Up with the paraphrase of Sorry Wrong DM. Now this is classically known, especially within the 4chan community, as something known as a Rickroll. Now, Rickrolls originated in this originated, of course, in 2005 by a meme named Duckroll, after the founder of the website 4chan changed egg to duck. Now, this bait and switch, in which external links were disguised and relevant to a discussion, instead led to a picture of a duck on wheels, known as a Duckroll. Later, a YouTube link purposely led to trailer, but actually directed users to the music video of Rick Astley's 1987 song Never Gonna Give You Up. Thus, the Rickroll was born. So, clearly, this guy doesn't understand the severity of copyright infringement.
And whoever this guy is, he's a bit of a shmoo.
Wasting Faye Jorman's time. In fact, we can go to the Google Analytics of the link that Modestella sent to Faye Jorman, and we can prove that there's actually one user who has.
Oh my god! We can prove that he fell for the Rickroll.
We can prove that he fell for the Rickroll link from the fact that it's one directed and only one link was supplied, proving that he must have gone to the same link. Now, we managed to reach out to Modestella625 here at Nelson Studios and asked him for an interview where we'd like to ask him a few questions on the current situation. So yeah, hello?
Thank you for having me on.
Oh, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Thanks for coming up
for this. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's a pleasure from us. Really, it pleasures me.
I'm pleased to be here.
Yeah. You're the infamous 4chan user who's been making Lucas memes about Hounslow. Where did this idea originate from?
Well, I was just one day. Well, the day when I posted it, I was looking through my phone, and I get a load of notifications from My London for some reason. and one of them said about how Hounslow is the worst place to live in. So I just clicked on that and thought, oh, well, I could actually make a meme out of that because, Hounslow means Hounslow. Was a thing that I used before to make Hillingdon means Hillingdon.
What's this inspiration from 4chan, perhaps, with its notoriety with memes?
Well, yes, blatantly.
What was your initial reaction when Faye Jordan reached out to you in the direct messages of Twitter?
I was quite shocked. I was like, wait, really? Is he actually going this far?
If we look back at the messages here, you seem almost like this is a complete joke to you. Would you describe how that feeling came over?
Because I thought he would actually get the joke. I thought he would get the joke.
Memes are made with mematics and ridiculous things is sort of embedded in 4chan culture, would you agree? And I'm not sure Faye Jordan is really immersed in that sort of culture, perhaps. Maybe he's not.
Maybe.
Yeah. Unlike you. The takeaway from this thing is Faye Jordan really should go on 4chan more often. Is that what the kind of a takeaway from this? Well, thanks for joining us, Modest625, Modest625.
No problem. It's been a pleasure.
It's always good to have a breaking news story, and that's it from News with Nelson. Faye Jordan gets utterly trolled from user from 4chan. That's it from us. Tune in next time when we have a news story.